Playwright Taylor Gruenloh has tackled a complicated subject, the pharmaceutical industry and the safety of the drugs they manufacture. He takes it up from several angles in his play Adverse Effects, now being done by the Tesseract Theatre, where Gruenloh is artistic director. He focuses initially on a small, very human aspect of the problem: parents in a small Missouri town who have lost a teenage daughter to what appears to have been a suicide. The father thinks she was affected by a prescription drug she was taking. He wants to find out more. The mother wants to let it go. She's been through enough. A reporter on the small town's online newspaper gets wind of this and decides to pursue the story. His editor wants him to stay on his local sports beat, and the young idealistic reporter and the older worldly-wise editor have the kind of combative relationship we've enjoyed many times before in plays, movies, and TV shows. And we enjoy it here thanks to playwright Gruenloh and to Maurice Walters II as the young reporter and Don McClendon as his editor. The mother happens to have a brother who is a professor of pharmacology at a nearby university. The relationship does help the playwright condense issues in his story, and it strains our suspension of disbelief only a little. The professor has been asked to sign off on an article approving a new drug, though one rather like the one the suicidal daughter was taking. The article will appear in a journal that circulates to medical doctors recommending drugs to them. It's published by a nonprofit that gets funding from the pharmaceutical industry, and they will pay the professor well for endorsing it, though he hasn't himself done the basic research or even seen it. So the play broadens out to issues of academe and big pharma and of who is watching out for the safety of the consumers of these medicines. The playwright is covering a lot of important territory, and sometimes the dramatic drive of his many short scenes can be diluted by his need to cover exposition. Fortunately, his director, Brittanie, Gunn, and a strong cast keep the pace brisk, and their playing convincing. Musa Gurnis and Carl Overly Jr. are the mourning parents. Phil Leveling plays her brother, the professor, and Julianne King is his contact from the publication, who appears to be using more than money to interest him. Taleesha Caturah is a powerful presence as her boss, and King shows a striking difference in her attitude, posture, and all when dealing with the professor and when dealing with her boss. Katie Palazzola's lean set allows for quick scene changes with a striking backdrop of a rusty railroad running through a fallow field. The lighting has cool spots on the stage at the attractive new Tesseract Theatre. Seated about in the middle of the theater, I had trouble hearing the actors until at intermission a friend suggested I move to the front row, where I heard just fine. Adverse Effects may be the best production yet, both in writing and performance, from Tesseract Theatre.
I think you're right.
Thank you. Thank you.